So welcome to episode 4 of Loud Music, 904 Hip Hop. It's your boy DJ KO. Everybody in the studio, go ahead and introduce yourselves for me.
You got HB, photo guy, cameraman.
This man always describe what he do. All I ask was for your name, boy.
It's T4. It's Mr. Do Everything.
And special guest, go ahead and introduce yourself.
LaChris Jahughes, we in the place.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good hip hop artist. I've been making hip hop music for about 1 year. So I'm in the process of dropping my first project, and I'm just locked in.
What date you gonna have that on?
My first project will be complete in November the 19th.
What's
Oh,
the
that's
name
what's
of
up.
the name of the project?
Chosen Child.
Chosen Child. So why you pick Chosen Child?
Because I felt like it was a good match for who I am and what I stand for, and I feel like it's my destiny to go far in life.
You should have a song called that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I done
do.
heard that on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
That shit was pretty dope. What was the beat? It was Outkast. Or what was the beat?
It was an Outkast, similar to Outkast.
Yeah, it was that
Was it a type beat?
No, it was the type
like
beat,
y'all
but
just sampled
no. It was a sample, and they actually had used it. I can't remember what the song was, but it was one. Yeah, it was one that Andre 3000 ripped it in the first beginning. Can't think of the name of it.
Um,
I can't think of the name. I know
The one when they had in the video was a wedding.
Oh, International Players Anthem.
That's what it was.
That's what it is. Well, you
Yeah.
slide on stuff like that now.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So what kind of
So
beats
you
you
got
look
some
for? I mean, like when you look for a certain beat or when you hear a sound, what you kind of looking for? You looking for something like jazzy or something like popish? Anything?
Well, I just try to keep everything, in a way where it's everything is just perfect, and I just make sure that when I look for my beats, I want it to be something that's right for me,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to be very consistent when it comes to how my music sounds in the long run, and
So basically, you want people to hear this not only when you release it, but further after that also.
exactly.
after you
exactly.
done making music and everything.
Exactly.
Like Tupac, he always said he want his word to live forever. He want his music to
Yeah,
live forever. And that's what it's doing. So
I like how
That's
you
good.
put that, so it's like you don't want to just be like a spur of the moment type.
No, because I'm in a position right now where anything I do, I do it from a standpoint of how is this going to affect my future?
Okay.
And I just make sure that, when I make a move, that it's very precise. And I just know that it's right. And I just trust my heart. And I just work very hard.
Now, quick question before we go on live. When you think about situations, do you think about it before going there, or do you go straight in?
I'm a thinker,
You're a thinker?
yes.
So you like to think about the situation before you actually step into the situation.
Yes,
Think about all the consequences, all that.
yes.
So how do I want to put this? With that focus, do you make your music focus to where it catches people's attention, but then they also have a direct message into it?
Yeah.
Like, do you send out the direct message?
Yes.
Oh, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. So, even though we have your music or whatnot, tell us a little bit more about yourself. Like, what high school did you go to? How long you been in Jacksonville?
Well, I was born and raised in Jacksonville, Florida. High school, as a child, when I was in high school, I went through a lot, and
when you say went through a lot, like do you want to be you want to go in depth about it, or you good?
well, when I went to high school, I went to a lot of different schools because I wasn't locked in to what it was that I really wanted to do. And when I was in school, I was sent to a lot of different schools, because I wasn't completing my schoolwork. And, I don't feel like it's anything wrong with it because I was following my heart.
Yeah.
But now that I'm getting older, I understand the importance of education. So,
What would you tell the children out here that don't think education is important? What would you tell them?
I would tell them everyone has their own path. Everyone. And I would tell them that you follow your heart no matter what. And once you figure out exactly what it is that you want to do, you follow that path and you don't leave it.
So when did you thought about becoming an artist? Because I mean, you have to actually have like time and patience to become an artist. So like, how long ago was that when you actually started, your music career?
Well, as far as music has always been a part of me. And I grew up in a household where my mom always played music in the house, and she was playing things like Lauryn Hill.
Sound like my mom.
Yeah, like, and
What the Roots said.
Music has just always been a part of my life. So I know that, even when I was young, like, I can remember standing in the hallway and, rapping. I don't know if y'all remember the TV show, the Hugleys.
Yeah, with the mama was fine.
Like,
that's all I remember.
Like, his son actually spit a verse, and I actually I told my sister, I was like, I want you to write this down. And I rapped the verse until I memorized it, and then I had her write it down for me, and then that's when I really realized, I like music. Okay, I'm feeling like the golden child. I'm feeling like the chosen. Oh Lord. I say I'm feeling like the chosen child. I'm feeling like the golden. Oh, yeah. Oh Lord. Look, baby, I'm so dedicated. They wanna see me dead, instead it's dedication. Mama told me look ahead, never where you came from. Blessed to be standing in the city where they bang guns. I was wild and selling cane and being young and violent. I guess it was a phase like a politician or rather. The way my parents raised me, they always make sure that I chose my own path. They didn't try to force me a certain direction. So
do you still remember that rap?
No, I don't remember it.
Well, you remember it, but I'm gonna be like,
It's gonna open up a new door probably.
So did you play like any sports in school or anything like that, or was it strictly like, I guess music was like a side focus, or did you have other things you were interested in?
It was
activities.
Well, like I said, my mom is very close to me. My dad too, but my mom is very close to me, and she just always made sure I chose my own path. So, when it came to school, it was like what I wanted to do, she made sure that I was able to do that. And I know that I was not thankful enough. And as I'm getting older, I just realized the importance of just being thankful for where I'm at and just knowing that I'm blessed.
Yeah, because at our age, nobody sees where we come from.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like us, how old are you?
21.
21, see, not too many kids make 21. Not too many people see 23, 24. So, I mean, for you to be out here actually doing something positive with the music and everything and actually reflect back on your past life to now, that's great. Because not too many people actually think about their past and then let that push them into the future.
Definitely.
So, most of them be like, man, look.
A lot of people get caught up in the moment.
My
like,
point
I'm gonna have
exactly.
this, I don't have that, I'm going to get it by any means. A lot of people don't even see that. That's why, it is hard. A lot of people don't make it to 21. They're trying to get resources that we don't have. They're trying to get everything we don't have because we're not getting it. So I like to see the same thing. I like to see young brothers, sisters, everybody out here doing whatever they got to do. So I like the path that you follow. I like, where you going out with your music and everything.
I appreciate it.
Even with the business plan behind it, because I actually done seen you operate. It was the show it was at Pure. And it had got shut down early, but I seen like your team was out there with the shirts and everything. Yeah. So with the business part of your music, like you focus on that too?
Most definitely. I look at people that are very business correlated. You have people like Jay-Z, you have people like Diddy, who throughout their whole career, it's been consistent music, and there's also been consistent business behind the music. So I realized the importance of business and understanding that. Exactly.
You gotta know how to market yourself. It's a lot more than just rapping that goes into. You gotta know how to advertise yourself. You gotta know how to, I'm saying, pretty much set all that stuff up as far as getting shows, as far as building your fan base, as far as using the social media to get yourself out there. It's a lot of tools out there.
And even starting that, I know it was hard. So the progression do you see the progression that you, from where you started to now? That's what I'm trying to say.
Most definitely. I think everything is about progress in life. I think everything is about stepping up. I think everything is about just locking in and knowing what it is exactly what a person wants or what you want, what I want, and knowing that you have to stay focused on that one path and everything, and you have to trust that the universe will let everything fall in place.
Well, you have a higher conscience.
Well, I
A lot of people don't have it.
I'm saying, you seen how quiet it got when we listen? Like,
when you start talking, people don't listen now.
That's good. I bet it come out in your music too. Do you feel like that empowers you too to make the music because you feel like you do have a voice that needs to be heard?
Yeah, I feel like, when I make my music, I make it from a standpoint of I know people are listening. So, I try to make sure that I'm honest and that whatever I say, I know that, I'm speaking things into existence. So I just make sure that I'm careful with what I say.
Not to say too much and not to say too less, but just right.
Exactly.
Well, given.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, like the words, where the energy behind words, using bad words and negative words can mess up your mood. Using good positive words can improve your mood, can improve your energy. Because too many negative words or too many negative thoughts, like a lot of people, they struggle with depression and a lot of that stuff, and it just eat away at them all day. And you got to know how to focus our energy and really make it positive. I guess what that makes, because it happens to me sometimes. So.
But still, though, like having a higher conscience in the way you speak, it catches people's voice. And I mean, like I done heard a couple of your songs or whatnot, like the Golden Child, Rambo. Where do you actually see your music going in the next 5 years? Because I mean, if people catching it now, how do you want to catch them 5 years later?
I guess speak it into existence.
Yeah.
Well, 5 years from now, I see myself being very consistent with music. I see myself making Chosen Child 2, Chosen Child 3, and I want to drop 2 albums in 5 years exactly.
Okay.
And
that's that grind.
And I'm gonna do it.
By any means necessary. Yeah, by any means necessary. So.
I said, where you get the drive from, your passion? Because you see the way you talk.
Yeah, you hear strong.
You're so serious. And you can tell, like, I'm not saying, you don't have fun, but you can tell that when it comes to life, when it comes to your dreams, you're very serious about it. So I guess, like, what inspires you? Where you get your drive from?
Well, first of all, I just have to continue to thank my parents and understand that, my parents play such a big role in my life, and I have to understand that I have to trust them first and foremost because they know, and I need to understand to trust my elders because they know. I know that I can only go forward. There is no backwards because a man with no vision for his future will return to his past. So it's like I have to have everything mapped out. I have to have everything planned out every single day. Or I will fall in my past, and my past is not where I want to go because every day I get older. So I have to understand how to move forward if I want to, continue to live.
There's people like 4, 5, 6 years older than you that ain't even thinking like that, bro. Like,
Thank you, bro.
Your parents,
you 21, so keep it going, bro.
That's what I'm saying. You got an old soul.
Yeah,
we call that an old soul.
Hey, you can hear that.
Hey, man.
Don't even
Listen,
feel bad, like, a lot of people-
yeah, I'm saying
people
like,
say that,
yeah, I got an old soul
All
too.
right, in your music, who do you draw inspiration from as far as like who do you see putting out that real message out into the music? Like who do you look up to in that aspect?
Well, I look up to really all the people who inspire me is just a big variety of people. You know, I look up to people like Kendrick Lamar. I look up to people like Wiz Khalifa, Lil Wayne, Rich Homie Quan, Kevin Gates. And I mean, just apart from the music, you know, my family is very important. And, you know, I have to understand, as a 21-year-old man, I have to understand who to properly look up to be able to move up. So I just stay focused.
Like they always say, to do better, you got to be around better people.
Definitely.
They always say that, so you really look up to your family. You got like, a
Definitely.
real support.
Definitely.
And that's what a lot of people need. They need that support group.
I bet you the craziest thing is when you hear your mom and dad actually play your music and actually love the vibe that you bring out.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I know they give you like good feedback on
Yeah,
it.
definitely. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why when I make my music, I want to make sure that I'm talking to such a wide variety of people. And, you know, if you break down my name, it's LaChris Jahughes. La actually stands for Latin American. Jah actually stands for Jamaican. And because, you know, I'm just been born in this blessed situation where, you know, I've happened to see these places. So I incorporated in my name so it keeps me strong. And
So not only you're strong, but your name is strong too.
yeah, definitely.
That's what's up.
So what's your background? I mean, like, are you just like, I guess, African American? Are you like Jamaican or whatever?
Well,
You know.
as far as I know, my father said that I have Haitian in my family. And I know I'm African American because that's my roots, because, you know, I'm black. So,
Yeah.
and, you know, when I was younger, I used to lie and tell people, oh, I'm from, you know, Jamaica, but I didn't really know how to express myself. So I know now that, you know, I should just be honest and tell people exactly what it is and exactly where I'm at.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So anything else you want to tell the people out here before we, you know, end this?
LaChris Jahughes, Chosen Child, dropping November 19th. Look out for it. It's going to be a great project. It's going to be a wide selection of music. And keep it locked in.
Y'all check that out. And like I said, this is DJ KO, 904 Hip Hop.
T4.
HB.
I will ask, though, what is your stance on, I guess, President-elect Donald Trump? What do you think about that?
I agree with it. I feel like, you know, Donald Trump is an individual who he feels like he follows his path. And I just got to know that because, you know, when you look at someone who's older than you, you have to understand that you look up to them because they know what they're talking about. And so I feel like Donald Trump, he's a good candidate. You know, it's good that he got elected, and now we just have to adapt. And we have to understand that, you know, when a president is selected, you adapt. And
They had to adapt to Obama. And that was a transition by itself. So, I mean, you got to only think it's going to be another transition just with Donald Trump.
And I feel like that's just a part of making history. What were you going to say?
I'm just saying, like, a lot of people, they want to complain about what's going on and what's happened. But I'm saying it already done happened. All we can do from this point on is, like you said, adapt to it. There ain't no sense of crying over spilled milk because it's already spilled. You know what I'm saying? You can't rewind time and put it back into the spell.
It rubs people the wrong way.
Yeah, but I mean, we still got to be strong. We done been down for so long. I mean, shit, we just gonna get stronger. You know what I'm saying? We done been
As long as we stick together, that's all I'm saying. As long as we network together, as long as we have businesses together, we can go as far as possible.
I say I'm feeling like the chosen child. I'm feeling like the golden. Oh, yeah. Oh, Lord. Look, baby, I'm so wanna see me dead, instead it's dedication. Mama told me look ahead, never where you came from. Blessed to be standing in a city where they bang guns. I was wild and selling cane and being young and violent. I guess it was a phase like a politician, or rather make a slave. But now I'm in a college taking care of the grades. Could take a nigga job, but they can't take a nigga brain. Young black scholar, blood clotting in they vein, cause they see him getting knowledge and I hardly wanna change. I think mama reincarnated Martin Luther King. Oh, and that name should make you listen. I just do my thing, I can feel you in your feelings. I can whip a thing with this cane in my composition and never play no game when it came to the competition. Look, okay, I'm feeling like the golden child.